MMA coach Javier Mendez recently gave his take on Khamzat Chimaev's ground game. Mendes was all praise for Chimaev's grappling abilities, even claiming that the undefeated fighter is on the same level as Khabib Nurmagomedov and Islam Makhachev. Chimaev has astonished everyone in the MMA community over the last few years with his wrestling prowess and relentless pressure on his opponents, forcing them to the ground and holding them at bay. Among others who were amazed by Borz's skills was Mendes. In a recent interview with Red Corner MMA, the founder of the American Kickboxing Academy, aka, praised Chimaev's ground game, saying it is equivalent to that of Nurmagomedov and Makhachev. I think they're at the same level. But they're different. They're not the same fighters, they're just different, like Khabib and Islam. They're on the same level, but they each bring something unique. Khamzat is different, he's not Islam, he's not Khabib, he's Khamzat. So, I would rate his ground skills as A+. A+ for Islam, A+ for Khabib, but they're all distinct. In my book, they're all A+. Chimaev faced Robert Whitaker in the co-main event of UFC 308 last month, attempting to establish himself as the next challenger for the middleweight title. The 30-year-old demonstrated his wrestling abilities by defeating the former champion by submission in the opening round. It was later revealed that the maneuver had dislocated Whitaker's teeth. Impressed by Chimaev's performance, Mendes spoke to Submission Radio and said, Chimaev is the guy that I see beating a lot of people, even in light heavyweight. I do believe in him that much. Khamzat is gonna dispose of them right away. That guy is unbelievable, and the one thing about this one I noticed, he was a lot more relaxed than he has ever been. So that impressed me about him. Along with Javier Mendez, Joe Rogan was also impressed with Khamzat Chimaev's dominant win against Robert Whitaker at UFC 308. During an episode of his podcast The Joe Rogan Experience, the UFC commentator highlighted that Chimaev has now outperformed UFC Hall of Famer Khabib Nurmagomedov in several areas, saying, maybe even more intense, maybe even more dominant, comparing Chimaev's ability to Nurmagomedov. To do that to Whitaker, a guy who's a world champion, like even the Conor-McGregor fight, it took a while before Khabib overwhelmed him. This was just an overwhelming victory. Khamzat just charged in, dove in, got him down and mauled him. Mauled him until he broke his face.